Has it really been a month already? Is it already time for the monthly shoe on head reaction video? I guess so, because it's right here in front of me. The male loser epidemic. Hey, that's me. She's talking about me.
Sorry, I've been gone for quite a bit. Hopefully nothing too crazy happened. I feel like every time I take a break, like, a war breaks out or something, but thankfully that did not happen.
Bro, so much has happened. Actually, the craziest shit so far has happened.
But at least we found out the real
I was literally about to bring this up. Okay.
Epstein files were the friends we made along the way. Welcome back to the Shoe on Head channel. If it is your first time here, run. I am Shoe on Head, and
Nah, I've been here for years, bro.
on this channel, I like to cover cultural issues, mostly surrounding men's issues. It's what I've been doing for over a decade, and frankly, I'm exhausted. Many of you have been along for the ride, and you have seen me go from a chipper, lively 24-year-old making fun of BuzzFeed and Tumblr feminists, to a bitter, calloused 34-year-old talking about very—
No. No, it hasn't been 10 years. No shot! No fucking— Bro, it has been 10 years. What is wrong with me, man?
real and growing men's issues. One of the main men's issues I have been covering in great detail lately has been the male loneliness epidemic. Yeah, but
Hey, I covered that one like a year ago.
turns out I was wrong. We don't have a male loneliness epidemic. We have a male loser epidemic.
True.
It's not a male loneliness epidemic. No, it's a male mediocrity epidemic.
Well, it's just funny that it's a bunch of women that are probably perpetually single that are saying this. I mean, they're not wrong, but it's just funny coming out of their mouths.
It's a male
Their keyboards.
loser epidemic.
The male loser epidemic has gotten so bad that it's honestly so pathetic at this point.
Look at those fake nails. And she's rubbing some kind of oils and stuff on her face. Calling the males the losers. What is this checkered patterned floor? Come on, give me a break. You look single. This looks like a single lady's room.
Now, I don't always talk about men's issues. No, sometimes I talk about politics, and sometimes I mix the two together. Now, I know a lot of you don't like politics, you don't care about politics, but politics cares about you, and it will enter your life no matter how hard you try to avoid it.
Yep, I'm just anti-politics, which is still technically into politics. I'm just like making fun of it and shitting on it constantly. Just a little bit different than me buying into it. But maybe I should buy into some of it, and I just don't. I just don't trust any of it. Fuck politics, man.
But thankfully, I have the perfect app to help you navigate this
I should have known it was a ground news app.
difficult, confusing political landscape. So let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, Ground News. Whose readers write and send lines that help Ground News hack the political spectrum and fraud. And right away,
I think everybody knows that I don't like Ground
News. Easy gaming of a New York. This left-leaning I want because it's so different. Immediately way to stay informed. I am all of their.
What is
so go
with
to
your lipstick?
ground.news/shoe or use the QR
That doesn't look real.
code right there on screen,
Yeah,
or
do
the
that.
link in the video description down there to subscribe to
check out Ground News
today. I feel like what they're doing is really
/shoe.
important, especially right now, and it helps us approach the news in a more fair and balanced way. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Now let's get back to the video. With all these issues men are facing, they seem to be moving to the right and the Republicans more, since the left and Democrats have essentially just become the young men eat and die movement.
Yeah, and now I was more leaning toward, oh shit, I might not be leftist anymore, I might be right wing. And then I started to get into the right wing space, and they're just as fucking insane. Talking about the always Trumpers, not even really the pro Trumpers, the always Trumpers. They're like the opposite of the never Trumpers. Literally, they are. And they're exactly the fucking same.
Months ago, I covered how the Democratic Party was losing young men, and I predicted Kamala Harris would lose in part because of young men overwhelmingly voting for Trump. And I was correct. Well, now the Democrats have unveiled their final solution to the right-wing male loser epidemic. Democrats spending millions to learn how to speak to American men and win back the working class. Democrats have blown millions of dollars on efforts to appeal to American men who turned to President Donald Trump in droves on Election Day in
Imagine having to spend money. Spend millions. Billions. Actually, I think it's been billions because if you count like all the social media campaigns and shit, so much money. Just to figure out how to appeal to American men. Bro, they have completely lost the fucking plot.
hopes of winning back the working class. Democrats have spent $20 million on their efforts, with donors and strategists holing up in luxury hotel rooms, brainstorming how to convince working class men to return to the party. Ah yes, nothing more relatable to working class men than luxury hotel rooms. Great job, guys.
Yeah, it's so fucking retarded, man.
The plan? Codename Sam, or Speaking with American Men.
What? No, Sam's a boy name, right? Well, it can be a girl name. Because you never know. We're trying to get the men, and that includes the trans men. Bro.
A strategic plan promises to use the funds to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. The effort also recommends Democrats buy advertisement in video games, among other things. The Democratic Party is treating young men like exotic.
Yeah, they're doing all the things that regular people fucking hate. Like placing ads in video games. Oh, men like video games. They like ads in video games, don't they? Nobody likes ads in video games. If we see an ad in a video game, we're gonna be completely against whatever we just saw. Because we do not want ads in video games. That's fucking stupid.
Animals they're studying. Now, as you can see here is the young man in his natural habitat, in a dark, messy cave surrounded by Taco Bell wrappers and empty Mountain Dew bottles.
That's a lot of A1. There's a lot of A1 steak sauce bottles.
Messy cave surrounded by Taco Bell wrappers and empty Mountain Dew bottles. Here is another young man, as you can see, also dwelling in a dark cave. This one has dyed his hair blue to scare off potential predators. Unfortunately, it also scares off potential mates, but moving on, here is another young man.
Yeah!
We think we're not
Nuxanor!
Quite sure about this one. We're still studying it.
Dude, whenever Nuxanor reacts to this, he's gonna lose his fucking shit. I'm gonna have to watch Nux react to this too, which I was probably gonna do anyway.
Listen, Democrats, instead of spending $20 million to do that stupid maybe you should, I don't know, actually listen to men. I listen to men for free all the time. All I have to do is read my comment section. Let's see here. Shoe on Head is a perfect example of why we need to repeal the 19th.
Yes, because she's too smart.
Greetings from Albania. I hate women so much it's unreal.
She can't be trusted.
Ooh, shoo, mommy, milkies, 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 mommy, mommy, mommy.
Based as fuck.
One time I got my penis stuck in a soda bottle. Okay, on second thought, maybe my comment section is not the best source.
Since Trump scored big with young male voters
No.
last election, Democrats are spending $20 million to learn how to speak their language. I think it's a waste of money. Maybe these guys should spend their money on teaching men to not be such sexists. Maybe.
Oh, fuck. Oh, never mind. I thought she was onto something. She was like, yeah, and she turned and she was like, instead of trying to figure out what they're like, why don't we just indoctrinate them with propaganda?
But the stats don't bear that out.
Because that works.
Look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim.
Says the two blonde women on the cable news television.
Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement in order.
Bro, yeah, that's gonna get men on your side. Talk shit about them. And haven't you ever thought that maybe the reason that women aren't getting married anymore to men, because men don't want to get married to them, is because you're fucking crazy? You're a crazy fucking bitch? You ever thought about that? And most of the women that I run into who are single have kids. And I ain't gonna be adopting somebody else's kids. No fucking thank you.
DoorDash.
Oh no. The very night.
Oh no! Oh, wait. What? Did that not pick up? Let's try that again. Oh, no! There we go.
I was sitting on my couch writing the script to my video about how the Democrats are spending $20 million to relate to young men. This came on my TV on Fox News. A Tommy Lahren and Laura Ingraham segment about stay-at-home sons, men who still live at home.
Yeah, oh, and a lot of them, that's like what they have to do because we're in a fucking housing crisis for one. The economy just went fucking bonkers, flipped upside down, landed on its goddamn head. Like nobody can afford shit anymore, and it's just easier and cheaper to stay at your parents' or to live with a group of people, which is kind of what I do. I don't live with my parents, I live with a group of people.
Literally minutes after this aired, it went absolutely viral on Twitter for not good reasons. So we are going to unpack this piece by piece. Because even though everyone was mocking it and making fun of it, as far as I saw, nobody was really dissecting it and breaking down exactly why she was so egregiously wrong. So come join me in debunking the male loser epidemic. Because who else better equipped to talk about men's issues than two stupid blonde bimbos? Hold on one second.
Whoa, hold on. Also rich, also famous.
3 stupid blonde bimbos. Sorry. I felt left out. All right, let's go. Wait. I need my gamer fuel. See?
She drank it. She fucking drank it. What the fuck? That came out of left field.
I do drink it. That one's for you.
What the fuck, man? I heard Tectone say something about it, and I was like, wait, hold on. Hold on a fucking second. Is it true? And yes, it was.
Tectone.
It's a major problem. And you know,
See? I do drink it. That one's for you, Tectone.
Yeah.
It's a major problem.
Fucking, I'm so terminally online. Fuck. I know too much about these people.
And you know, Speaker Johnson has been talking about those maybe deadbeat folks that are on Medicaid, and maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. But Laura, I gotta tell you, this is also a big problem when it comes to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big problem. They blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem.
Yeah, well, if you could say the pickings are slim for men, men's gonna say the same thing, man.
In America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement in order.
How would you know about young people? Lady who got lip filler?
DoorDash. And that's why we have declining birth rates and a lot of other problems in society. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air, meet people in real life. Let's just get back to basics.
Yeah, that lady is not convincing anybody. She's coming off as a bitch, and nobody's gonna listen to her.
First of all, this stay-at-home son thing is not a real thing. It was a random throwaway, self-deprecating joke some contestant on Jeopardy said. One guy, because I guess there's nothing else important going on that they could cover on the news. They literally made this into a fake phenomena so they can on young men. Meanwhile, Democrats are spending millions of dollars.
Yeah, shitting on young men gets a lot of clicks from feminist women who hate men.
Trying to win back young men. Oh no, the young men are leaving us in droves. How do we get them back? Don't worry, I got this. Hey, you fat, lazy, Cheeto dust-covered slobs, you.
Oh, well, I mean, if she would have said that, we probably would have been on board. We probably would have been like, fuck, man, she got me based. That's not what they were doing.
Nice. Thanks. I love you. I love you too.
Okay.
Is the amount of young men living home with their parents increasing? Yes. Is it because they're lazy bums and just want to order DoorDash all day?
Well, that's some of it. That's a little bit of it.
No. And also, they're not paying for DoorDash, Tommy. They're financing it. Come on. Get with the times.
I don't even know how the fuck Klarna works. I've tried to use it, and like, it basically just told me no. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not using Klarna.
There are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash. And that's why we have
That sounds like the dream, though. But also, who the fuck has a basement?
declining birth rates. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air.
Have either of you tried applying for a job as a young man recently? Or tried buying a house on the salary of one of these young men? Have you experienced the dating market, been on the dating sites as a young man? No? Interesting, okay. Just wondering. Listen, I know the average age of a Fox News.
Yeah, they don't even know what jobs are out there for young men right now. Because let me tell you, there's not very many. Unless you want to just destroy yourself. There's those jobs out there if you want to be a roofer or like highway construction. And those are like the worst jobs and they don't pay enough. When I used to be a roofer and I was getting paid $12 an hour and it was complete shit. I worked there for like a month. Fuck that job.
Viewer is like 70 nowadays and you need to pander to them. But Tommy, you were like 2 years younger than me. You know this shit isn't true. Why are you talking like this? Why are you talking like a f***ing boomer? I'm sorry, I have no other word for this, but I hate this like generational pick-me shit. I was born in the wrong generation. I'm not like those other young people. And you know what? She's not like those other young people. Not all young people can afford a nice nose job and lip filler and get a cushy job on Fox News based entirely on merit, I'm sure. The main problem with this brain-dead boomer-ass take is not only is it cringe, but it's completely divorced from reality.
Yeah, these people are. And they pretend that they aren't because they're speaking to people who are also divorced from reality. Like, if you're watching cable TV news, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're already behind the times. Like, it's insanity. Do something else with your life. You're telling us to do something with our lives, but not the people who are actually watching your show, who are wasting their fucking time.
This slop is specifically designed for people who paid like $5 for a f***ing house. And listen, not all boomers, okay? My parents are boomers, they are lovely people. A lot of you guys are boomers. But when the baby boomer generation sends its people, it is not sending their best. They are not sending you. They're sending people who have lots of problems. They're bringing the housing crisis. They're bringing wage stagnation. They're falling for AI-generated photos on Facebook. But some, I assume, are good people. But my god, I truly believe they do not understand how good they had it. They could support a family on a single income. A single income from a job that didn't require a college degree. Their leaders didn't prostitute away their economic future for some cheap plastic shit from China. They inherited the greatest economy known to man, and they pretend it's a paradise that they earned. I just don't understand, like, why don't boomers and spiritual boomers like Tommy Lauren see people struggling and go, wow, I wish I could fix this. They should have it better than I had it.
Yeah, instead, she's like, oh, actually, you're a piece of shit, garbage, lazy. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps, boy. Well, I would if I could fucking afford boots.
Why so many millennials and zoomers don't want kids. I want to make the world a better place for my children. I want to make the world a better place for my children. Ugh. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you spoiled brat.
Ah, see? Fucking exactly. I think me and Shu are probably the same person at this point. I'm not a socialist, though.
Children. Not happening.
Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men.
Young men are becoming lazy because they're becoming feminized. So they're becoming lazy because they act more like women? What did she mean by this, chat? I know there's like a decrease in testosterone. Also,
the women are starting to act more like men. Like trying to tell young men what they should be doing, and that's fucking stupid.
Or something happening, but men are moving right-wing all over the world. Does that correlate with the feminization? Or, I mean, there are suspiciously a lot of far-right femboys, so...
Also, she might be just seeing people who are in the cities because they're in the cities and what the fuck? Get that off the fucking screen, man. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. They're living in the cities and all of the real men saw that it was all falling apart. Everything was burning down. Life was not good for them there, so they left. So now all they see are the freaks because Fox News is in New York or in LA. I think there's a place in LA. I don't know. Every single Fox News place is in a big city where normal people don't live. It's a bunch of freaks there.
A lot of far-right femboys, so...
Get out of here.
Maybe. But here's the thing, Tammy. There is absolutely no evidence that young women want to start families more than young men. None. In fact, all the data says the exact f***ing opposite. According to Pew Research, 64% of women younger than 50 say they just don't want to have children. No reason, they just don't want them. Versus 50% of men who say the same. Another study by Archbridge Institute shows the same. 63% of women without children said they have no desire to have a child.
Yeah, and those are the types of women that end up accidentally having a child. Because they're just out there having fun, man. And then, a few years later, they want to settle down. They've had their fun. They got to find a man. Oh, they can't find a man that's willing to date a woman that's got multiple kids. I guess there might be a male loser epidemic. Actually, no, that sounds like it's a female slut epidemic. You fucking whores.
Only 50% of men said the same. For men, the most commonly cited factor was personal finance. But among women, the strongest reason not to have a child was their desire to maintain their personal independence. Basically, they don't want to give up their brunch and mimosas. They've been ass-blasted with propaganda their whole lives, telling them their lives will be ruined, their bodies will be ruined, they'll never have fun again, they'll be miserable forever if they have children. And
yeah, by the way, mothers are very attractive to me. I wouldn't date a mother. I wouldn't like get in a relationship with a mother unless it's going to be the mother of my children. But like, there's still something about it where I'm like, man, I want a woman like that.
Someone who has had a children? Best decision I've ever made. 10/10, highly recommend, would do it again. But yes, this idea.
Yeah, I see my roommate with his kids and I'm like, man, I really want one of those. I think that would be really cool to have a little me running around.
That men are the ones primarily responsible for the low birth rates is laughable. We're laughing over here. But honestly, it's not really women or men's fault. There are a lot of factors that play into this. But
yeah, especially how most women who aren't Christian are freaks, including Shoe on Head. You fucking freak. You're a freak.
Tommy, I really gotta ask, is it men or is it you?
This is gonna be the summer of canceling boys. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. But
yeah, I don't want a woman who is more successful than me because she's probably gonna leave if she deems me unworthy. Like, even if I'm not, like, women base the success of men on money. I think that's complete bullshit. And I'm not going to get with a woman who thinks that.
if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think it might not be us. It might be you. It is.
What the fuck? What? Oh, this fucking cult group think madness.
It's not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and it's not, they're not any better in the Midwest. They, quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country.
My friend.
Okay, well, women who aren't like you are getting men, so it's not like the birth rate and the relationship rate is 0. It must mean that you're bottom of the barrel, bitches.
Friends are successful. Men don't give a shit about that. They'd marry a Walmart
Bro, I've been insulting women way too much in this video. I hope it doesn't get flagged.
cashier if she was nice to them.
I think men between the ages of 20 and 30 are not ready, in most cases, for marriage, are usually not ready to be husbands and fathers.
That's a cultural issue. So, look,
No, I would actually, back to...
No, I disagree. I think that it's perfectly fine and normal, and probably the way it should be, is to start your family at 18, 19, 20, 21, and then by the time you're in your 30s, your kids are teenagers, you ain't really got to worry about them as much. And then you got your 40s to yourself to really make yourself successful and build everything up for your kids and let them take over and as they are starting to have kids of their own. I think that is the way the cycle should be.
To your point, yeah. I think it's a biological thing.
So let me get this straight. Men are all trash and won't commit and won't leave mommy's basement, and they're destroying the birth rates. But also young men are biologically incapable of commitment and being parents. What? But wait, there's more. She also believes women...
Yeah, they're gonna say every single thing, every excuse in the book. except looking inward at themselves to see themselves as the problem. No, I'm never the problem. It's always literally everybody else but me, says the single lady, or the out of touch lady on the cable news network that's preaching to single ladies, saying exactly what they want to hear.
Don't have to bring anything to the table.
And as a woman, I want a strong man who is a protector and a provider that will go to war if need be, that will protect me, protect my family, make money. But I don't think a man needs to get something out of it to be a manly man, a protector and a provider. If you think you need to get something out of it, I quite frankly don't consider.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to bring something to the table. If you got nothing to bring to the table, then get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you talking about?
Are you a real man?
Never before in history have women demanded so much and offered so little. So
dude, seriously.
Before we get deeper into this retarded, manufactured, stay-at-home son narrative, let's check the Facebook comments of this Fox News video, because I am really interested to see what, like, the typical Fox News viewer thinks about this. If the women are anything like these two, I can hardly blame the men for staying home and not wanting to date them. Blame, blame, blame.
So true.
These two women have a combined age of 93, and they have 0 children between both of them.
Fuck, man. Combined age of 93 hits so hard.
You both have repugnant personality types, so listening to this was like male birth control to me. My goodness! Boomers are ruthless! Bunch of sissies. I served 6 years, 2 years in Southeast Asia after Vietnam was over. When I was 18, rent was $450 and I could afford to get my own place.
Dude, fucking... If rent was $450 still, I'd have my own place right now. But in my area, for like a single, like not even a bedroom with an, like, or an apartment with a bedroom, not even viable for me. $2,000 for a studio apartment. What the fuck is that? And I live in a small area.
She's so spot on. Nothing screams I'm a loser run from me than a guy living at home in his parents' house with his 12-year-old boy's bedroom decor at age of 30. Thank God we raised our sons to be men, who grew up, lived on their own, found their soulmate, got married, bought a beautiful home, and started a family. I was out the door at 18, worked on the assembly line at Dodge and in the Air Force at 19, never went back home. I can't relate to this.
Yeah, I also, by the way, I worked at a factory. I was making a lot more money than my grandpa was. A lot more. I couldn't afford shit. If my car broke, I was fucked. Couldn't make it to work. I was driving a Ford Taurus, a 98 Ford Taurus, in like 2016. And even back then, it wasn't enough. I was making like $15 an hour. Working 40, 50 hours a week still wasn't enough.
Yes, we know you people can't relate. We know. But the world has changed. Why can't you people get this through your heads?
Because they make a lot of money on their own. So they're out of touch. And they're on TV. So, like, they really don't know. They are only interacting with insane freaks constantly.
I'll never let my son stay home. I'm trying to push them out of the nest. Okay, I really gotta ask, is this an Anglo thing? Immediately kicking your kid out when they turn 18 years old?
Yeah, I don't even get that. I think it's perfectly fine for families to stick together. Honestly, I think that's the way it should be. The ideal way for me is for the child and the brothers and the sisters and the parents all get together, even the grandparents bring those in, all get together and buy a property, and they put their own buildings on that property. Or they get a giant house that could house like 30 people, and they all live in it together and contribute and work together. That is the ideal in my mind, where you've just got a whole bunch of families living together as like a community. I don't get it. Why does everybody got to move out and be alone and do their own thing and be separate from what their parents are and what they're doing and have to go start their own thing? Why can't they just have a thing together? That's pretty much what we got going here. Just one big giant family. We got people living just right down the road. We got people living down the road the other way. We got people living down the road the other way. Like all directions, just like walking distance. I could get to each house in 5 minutes if I walked there. And there's like, what? How many of? There's like literally 30 of us, and we meet all the time. Nobody does this shit anymore.
My Mediterranean mind cannot comprehend this. And honestly, why the f would a man leave home, leave his mother's cooking, for a woman who probably can't cook? Not me, though. Personally, I can cook amazing homemade meals. I'll have you know I am a great trad wife.
Bone apple teeth.
Now, unfortunately, Tommy Lauren wasn't the only one pushing this stupid, lazy young men go get a job bullshit. Mike Johnson did it referencing 29-year-old men playing video games all day. Steve Scalise did it with 35-year-old men playing video games all day. And just the other night, I saw this on my TV. Again.
A Wall Street Journal headline got our attention. The new dream job for young men, stay-at-home son.
That's not a job. What the fuck? And stay-at-home son? This isn't a thing. Why do they keep bringing this up?
It's a phrase that's taken off since 27-year-old Brendan Leo won $59,000 on Jeopardy. And he has a master's degree in political science, but he's unemployed. Grow up, get a job, get a wife, build a family.
Just get a wife, bro. Just get a job, bro.
Oh, get a job? Yeah. Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into Jobland, where jobs grow on jobbies?
The term welfare queen must have fell out of fashion with Republicans, because it seems even they know the approved safe demographic to go after now. Because it's very obvious what demographic they are talking about when they say young men in their basements playing video games. This just get a job lazy attitude is not surprising, but it's especially funny coming from Fox News of all places. Fox News that spends so much time yapping about immigrants taking American jobs. Fox News will talk for years about how Americans are being screwed out of—
Yeah, not to mention that DEI just doesn't want to see regular men in jobs. What about that? It's like men are being pushed out at every corner, at every direction, at every turn. And then they also turn around and they're like, get a job, you lazy fuck!
Of the workforce. But when this issue manifests itself in Gen Z, suddenly it's a moral failure. The fact is, a lot of American jobs held by men are being lost to automation, offshoring, and yes, cheap foreign labor. Companies and billionaires—
Not so much anymore. I don't know, maybe these jobs are going to be coming back pretty soon.
Would rather have cheap labor that they can essentially abuse, not pay fair wages to, just good little worker drones who won't unionize, rather than hire American workers for a living wage. The cheaper the labor they hire, the more money they make. I remember when Bernie Sanders called open borders a Koch brothers conspiracy.
Open borders?
Open
borders. That's a Koch brothers proposal, which says essentially there is no United States.
But
it
would make a lot of the global poor richer, wouldn't it?
And it'd make everybody in America poor. Then you're doing away with the concept of a nation state.
Where'd that guy go? A lot of these jobs—
I'll tell you where he went. He went to get paid. That's where he went.
being taken are jobs traditionally held by men like construction and factory jobs, manual labor work. But it's not just manual labor jobs, it's also the tech industry and business industry, which are careers also mainly held by men. There are many examples of this, such as Microsoft recently cutting thousands of American workers while requesting 14,000 more H-1B workers this year. Some of those job positions include data scientists, which are 70% men, software developers, which are 80% men, and electronic engineers, which are 90% men, and many more like that. Another example of this was Tesla, where roughly 15,000 American employees were fired in April 2024, and many were replaced with H-1B visa holders. On Twitter, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy tried to chalk this up to these immigrants just simply being the best and the brightest. Yeah, okay. You're paying them less for longer hours and more work, and they're willing to deal with it in order to stay in the country. It's coercive, exploitative, and, dare I say, not very America first.
Yeah, these people are fucking disgusting. They have no idea what they're talking about. They're only saying things because it gets a rise out of people and it gets clicks and people watch them. It gets more viewers whenever they say things that get people riled up. And they actually just have no idea. Somebody wrote them a script, and that's what they know, is they know it from the script that was written for them to read.
When conservatives confronted Elon Musk for this last year, he told somebody, and I quote, "Take a big step back and yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend." So when it comes to replacing American workers in manual labor with cheap foreign labor, it's deport, deport, deport. But when it comes to replacing his American workers with cheap foreign labor, it's yourself in the face. Interesting. There's also affirmative action and DEI.
I used to like Elon Musk. I used to be a big fan of Elon Musk pretty much before SpaceX got started, or before they really started, like, doing innovations. That's when I liked Elon Musk. Whenever we had the prospect of possibly going to space, going to Mars, and that was a whole bunch of bullshit. We ain't going to Mars. That's not a thing that's going to be happening, at least in our lifetimes. I don't see that being a thing. It's fucking stupid. We can't even go back to the moon, but we're talking about going to fucking Mars. Are you serious? Get out of here. It's a joke. It's propaganda and it's lies. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it actually happens, but nah, it's not fucking happening.
Which are other things Fox News always pisses and shits about. But suddenly, when the conversation is about Gen Z men, the demographic of people who are victims of these things, suddenly these things just, like, don't exist anymore.
Yeah, this is why I don't watch Fox News and, like, CNN and MSNBC. They all have no fucking idea what they're talking about, and they're only talking about things that are trendy, and it's off of a script for views. No. Get that shit out of here. If I'm gonna watch those publications, if I'm going to watch those channels, those shows, those people, I'm going to watch somebody react to them. Because they'll pick out all the bullshit for me.
It's, oh, young men are all just lazy. They just want to be in their parents' basement, ordering donuts and playing video games.
How are they ordering the donuts, huh? How are they ordering the donuts? Are they using mommy's money? Or are they using their own money because they actually do have jobs? They're just not the kind of jobs that you would like them to have.
But it's not just the brown people taking your jobs. I am not beating the allegations with this one. The brown people are not taking your jobs, okay? It's not their fault. They're just cheaper. Aim upwards. But it's not just the brown people taking your jobs. It's the women, too. Many of the dying industries are male-dominated, while many of the growing industries are female-dominated, and stigma around these jobs being woman jobs usually stops men from working them. Women are overwhelmingly entering and excelling in college and the workforce, and they're more flexible about job position and pay, while young men usually hold out for higher-paying, higher-position jobs that will make them the breadwinner. Because you see, despite the world progressing and the role of women changing, the role of men has not changed. Every woman is a feminist until the dinner bill comes. But what's crazy is, women might be the ones paying that dinner bill soon. A study from the UK found women aged 22 to 29 earned about 1,000 more annually than men.
Oh, earned about 1,000 more annually than men. I love how we're basing our worth off of money. Fuck that. Absolutely disgusting. I'm out. I'm out of here. I'm out of all this. I have successfully left society. You can all go fuck yourselves with your money. I don't need it. The amount of money that I'm earning right now is enough. I get by. And that's all I care about. I don't give a shit about getting rich. I don't care about a boat. I don't care about a swimming pool in my backyard. I'll just go to a fucking creek.
Completely reversing the traditional gender pay gap for this age group. In the US,
I don't care about going to Hawaii. I don't care about going to Japan. I'm just trying to live my life until I die and I meet my maker.
A 2022 Pew Research Center analysis showed that women under 30 out-earned men in many metropolitan areas, with median earnings at or above 100% of men's, in cities like New York and Washington, D.C. That may not sound like a lot of money now, but it's a growing trend that has never been seen before. It's so bad that it's really starting to affect the dating world. American women have never been this resigned to staying single. They are responding to major demographic shifts, including huge and growing gender gaps in economic and educational attainment, political affiliation, and beliefs about what family should look like.
Yep, and it's just going to make things much, much worse. I think things are going to be simultaneously getting so much better and simultaneously so much worse. I keep getting redundant on that. It's going to get worse and it's going to get better at the same time. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's going to spiral completely out of control. It's going to be absolutely diabolical.
More women than men are attending college, buying houses, and focusing on their friendships and careers over dating and marriage. The challenges of finding a romantic partner have been made more complicated by a growing divide in education and career prospects between men and women.
I have settled on the fact that I will never find a woman. I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna let one come to me at church. And if I don't find a woman at church, then I'm just gonna be single forever. And I will be celibate. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about this world. I don't give a fuck about these people. I mean, I love everybody, but like, you all can do your own thing. I don't give a shit. And I'll go be off in the woods doing my own thing.
In 2024, 40% of American women ages 25 to 30.
I said be off in the woods. That is a weird way to say that. I didn't say beat off in the woods.
34 had a bachelor's degree, according to Pew, compared to 37% of men. A bachelor's degree increases net lifetime earnings by an estimated $1 million. Women are doing comparatively well when it comes to education in their early years in the labor force, and men are doing comparatively badly. Men's economic struggles seem to be having the biggest effect on women without a college degree, whose marriage rates by 45 have plummeted to 52% for those born between 1930 and 1980, according to research by Cornell University. Young men without a degree are struggling so much as a group that there simply aren't enough with steady jobs and earnings for non-college women to date. Men are poor, women most affected. Modern women are no longer tied to their gender role. Birth control has freed them from the prison that is their biology, and they are making their own money, sometimes more than men. They can have it all. They can do anything. They can be anything. While at the same time,
They can be anything except married, because no man wants to be with a woman who is like that. No man wants to feel demasculated by his wife. That's not gonna happen. Some people do. Some people don't give a shit because they're huge pussies, but I ain't into it.
men are still expected to be the provider. And more importantly, many men still want to be the provider, but they can't. And women, though strong and independent, still want men to be the provider.
And as a woman, I want a strong man who is a protector and a provider that will go to war if need be, that will...
Well, you know who will do that for you? Elon Musk, I bet. I bet Elon Musk will do it. Well, no, I don't know. You're kind of a crazy bitch and you're a little old.
Protect me, protect my family, make money.
Basically, men are like, we're worried we're not making enough money. And women are like, we're worried men are not making enough money. Hello class, I am Miss On Head. I am substituting for your teacher today. She was arrested for molesting a 12-year-old boy. So today we are learning about the graph. This is the growth in productivity versus hourly compensation graph. And you can trace almost everything bad happening in society back to this graph. As you can see, productivity increased while compensation barely grew over the same time period. Notice they tracked very closely up until around 1972. Now, what happened around 1972, class? Well, the top marginal tax rate was reduced from 70% in 1964 to 50% by 1981. The federal minimum wage began to stagnate. Income going to the 1% rose from 9% in the 60s to 16% in 2000.
Here's my prediction. My prediction is that men are gonna make less and less money. Women are gonna make more and more money until they can't. And then the 1% is gonna just snatch up all of the money that all these women made. And they're gonna take it all. And they're just gonna be lumped right back into the poor people again with us men. And then the rich are gonna be the richest and the poor are gonna be the poorest that it has ever been. Mark my words. It has only gotten worse. Day by day by day by day by
2023. CEOs also went from making 20 times more than the average worker to making 350 times more than the average worker. Anything else? Anything else happen around 1972? Yes, Jimmy, that is correct. Women joined the workforce around this time, but we don't have to get into that today. The fact is, hard work no longer guarantees success, and the will to work is tied to the fruits of your labor. And young men are fed up today because 90% of that fruit is rotten. Now, is there some truth?
So I'm just out. I'm just out on it. And like, I'm just gonna do what I like. I'm just gonna do things that are fun. I'm just gonna have a good time. And that's gonna be me sitting here making these videos for no money because I like doing this. This is like my favorite thing to do. This is my hobby. I make a little bit of money off of this, but you know, most of my work goes into my community directly, and I don't actually have a job because I don't need one. All of the things that people work for, I already have. Because I live with like 30 people. I have a community. I go to church. Like, anything that I want or desire, it's pretty much just handed to me. As long as I work for the community, you know?
To modern young people being lazy, sure, I guess every generation had lazy people. And we do basically live in late-stage mouse utopia, after all. Young people today are faced with two options: revolution or escapism. And a lot of them are choosing escapism. Many have basically given up, but it's not like they...
I think there's three. There's revolution, escapism, or disconnect. I think disconnect is the third one. That's what I've done. I have disconnected from what society expects from me. And if anybody expects anything of me, go fuck yourselves. Because I ain't doing shit for you. Because nobody's done shit for me. Except me. And my community. My family. Everybody else can go fuck themselves.
They didn't try. They tried, and they found out the juice just isn't worth the squeeze, whether it's college, dating, or the job market. And in a way, many young men are kind of choosing revolution. The never-before-seen large shift rightward in young men is a small revolution in a way. They're saying, this isn't working for me.
Yep.
This sucks. I hate this.
Well, that's me. I don't like Trump, though. That's not a thing. I don't like Trump. I don't like Kamala Harris. I don't like Democrats or Republicans. I don't like these weird political people. I'm a Christian anarchist.
I want something different. This is also manifesting on the Democrat side in general. The young men that are still voting left are voting further left. You saw this recently in New York City, where Zohran Mamdani, a self-proclaimed democratic socialist, won the Democratic primary. Young men are tired of the establishment, left and right. They're tired of the system, and they want to burn it down and...
Dude, like, this is why I watch Shoe on Head. I feel like she gets me.
Start again. They want something that works for them because this is not working for them.
If you wake up one morning and you find yourself in a society where 23-year-olds with 4-year college degrees and like initiative who aren't smoking weed every day, if they can't make enough to buy a car, much less a home, much less get married, much less have children, then why should you be surprised when half of them say they prefer socialism?
Huh. Fox News should hire that guy. There is an entire generation of fighting-aged men who are enraged and feel like they have nothing to live for. You should probably start caring.
Go church. Legit. That's the only thing you gotta do. Everything will start falling into place if you just go to church. I promise you.
When they saw this airing on Fox News, they saw an angry woman nagging in their faces about how everything wrong in the world is their fault. An all too familiar thing they have been hearing for far too long. But unfortunately for Democrats, nobody under the age of 60 watches Fox News, so this is not really going to have an effect on young men whatsoever. So keep that $20 million. You might still need it, unless we get dragged into another war in the Middle East. If we do get dragged into another war in the Middle East, young men might come running back to the Democratic Party. Maybe not even a George Bush II.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna go AWOL. if we go to war with some other country again, where they're like forcing us to go, I'm just gonna disappear. I'm just gonna go AWOL. Nobody will ever find me again. I'll still be making videos, but good luck finding me.
Electric Boogaloo will have men coming back to the Democratic Party. Hopefully we don't find out. And as I'm editing this right now, a lot of young people, even the podcast bros, seem pretty upset about the Epstein thing, but we know Democrats won't take advantage of the situation in order to protect the Clintons, so maybe not even this will save them, but we'll see, I guess. Hold on one second.
Yeah, Democrats, all they're gonna do are like the virtue signaling things that make the Republicans look bad, but actually doesn't do anything. I'm already calling it. That's exactly how it's gonna be. The Democrats are gonna do some incredibly stupid shit that would never work. Republicans are gonna slap it down, and then Democrats are gonna be like, you see what the Republicans are doing? They're protecting the pedophiles, and the Republicans are gonna be like, we literally can't do the things that you're asking for. I'm already calling it. That's the way it's gonna be.
That's better. So that was that video. What do you think of the male loser epidemic? Do you agree with Tommy Lauren? Is it all men's fault? Leave your comments below. I read
You want to know what my true 100% take is? It's all Satan's fault.